Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we will be taking a look at the Witch Doctor in the Diablo 3 beta. Welcome back, my friends. Back to the D3 beta. Today we are looking at the Witch Doctor, and much like we have done with the most recent redos of the playthrough series, we'll be looking at all of the abilities of the class, talking about them in the new form, and basically any major changes that have taken place in the most recent beta patch 10. And also I'm sure some of you haven't seen the original playthrough, so you'll enjoy this as well.
The spirits tell me, go, seek the cradle of the fallen star. And so, I am here.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
Ah, yes, yet again, more dead are coming. Happy to be back, continuing this playthrough series. If you haven't already caught it, I've already done the Demon Hunter, the Barbarian, and the Monk. So run on over to my channel, you can look at the Diablo 3 playlist. Or on the right hand side, if you head to my channel, there's also a playlist for all the classes that I've currently done. I've held off on adding the playlist for the Witch Doctor and Wizard until I finish those playthroughs. So by the time you see this, there should be also a Witch Doctor playlist up there available as well. Now before we chat with her, let's talk about the first ability we start off with. It is Poison Dart. Costing 60 mana, shoots a deadly poison dart, more specifically 100% weapon damage as poison, and then an additional 80% damage as poison over 2 seconds. And we'll take a look at that nice and close. It's just a nice little poison dart, just as you expect. That's the first ability that you start off with as the Witch Doctor.
You are Leah. The captain says you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but watch out! The wounded are turning!
Ah, poison dart them. You know, it seems with all that decay around them, the poison dart wouldn't do much, but I guess it works just fine. I guess the decaying can still be poisoned.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
There is a deep sickness here, but it can be healed.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Alright, so we have just picked up 2 abilities. I'm going to add one of them right away, and then we'll look at it while it's going on its cooldown. Actually, I guess it doesn't even do that. Alright, so we start off with, first one that we're looking at here is Plague a Toad. A handful of toads that explode on contact, costing 78 mana. The toads deal 150% weapon damage as they hit stuff and they deal weapon damage for that. Now the other ability here that we have is the Mongrel. 60-second cooldown, costing 65 mana. Summon 3 zombie dogs that each deal 15% of your weapon damage per physical attack. You might say that's terrible compared to the other one, but the other one, they disappear. Zombie dogs stay with you indefinitely, and as soon as that cooldown dissipates, I'll be able to toss them up here so you guys can see them. I'll stick with the zombie dogs to start, and then we'll go to the poison toads. I like to call them poison toads. Their real name, Plague of Toads. Poison toad sounds cooler though. Here come the zombie dogs. You ready for this? Bam. Lifting up out the ground. They're my friends.
How can I help to fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Their sacrifice saved their people. I will honor it.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
Alright, zombie dog friends, let's go. So they're going to engage in combat. They're just going to run up to people and all sorts of stuff. Go straight for this lady. There we go. Now, why don't we actually...
There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
What we can do here, actually, instead of getting rid of the dogs to try the toads, why don't we get rid of Poison Dart? We'll pick up the toads in place of that. There we go. So we're going to have dogs and toads for right now. While that's on cooldown, I'll just stabby stab with my dagger. Apparently I can't do that because I don't have it equipped. So really dope. Alright, let's just go this. There we go. I was like, oh shucks, that's not working at all. You can see my dogs still take care of it though. Do some relatively decent damage. And now the toads are back. Let's put that back there. No reason to not always use those. There we go. There you go, Toads. This is a nice little combination here. I forgot to loot him. So the Witch Doctor is an interesting class. Does have mana. You're gonna notice how incredibly quick mana regenerates. That's not a trick or anything. I'm not using hacks. That's just how it is in this game. And it's interesting because, you know, you look at the Wizard, which we'll be looking at in the next playthrough, has arcane power, which is supposed to be different than mana in the sense that it's fast regenerating. But mana is also crazy fast regenerating. Another thing too, you know, the mana can be increased arcane power. Oh, I guess that can be too. So I just find it interesting. I do almost wish that they went with the old mechanic of mana. I understand why they did this. They're doing this because they want you to not run out of mana if at all possible. Now you're gonna run out if you spam like crazy. You know, I will eventually get to the bottom if I'm spamming this non-stop. You know what I mean, like that. You know, I realized there was someone behind me. I was just trying to show you spamming, but yes. So it's just interesting. It's an interesting decision that they made. I don't know, you know, would I prefer an old style of mana? I don't know. Maybe it'd be more comfortable because it's more of what I'm used to. But this is fine. Whatever. It just doesn't feel like mana. You know, you hear mana and you think of a certain type of resource when you hear mana. You think of, okay, you can mass up this large pool, it's slowly regenerating, but you can have a ton of resource stored up. As opposed to something like arcane power, which is kind of more like energy. Think of like a World of Warcraft rogue energy. That's sort of what arcane power is resemblant to. It's not exactly the same, of course, but you know. It's fine either way, though. And here we are at level 3. What do we get with that? Grasp of the Dead. All right. So now we have got Grasp of the Dead, so we're going to replace our dogs with that. Grasp of the Dead right here. Let's hop down into this well. Let's talk about Grasp of the Dead for a moment. 21 mana, 8-second cooldown. Hands come up from the ground, slowing enemy speed. But also, it's 50% slow. Deals 48% weapon damage per second for 8 seconds. So it's also a damage dealer. So we can drop that down. And just, oh, it's still on cooldown. Okay, good job. All right, so I'm gonna be able to do that 1 second. Got some more treasure over here. Some more gold coins. Thank you for the gold coins. Let's drop our Grasp of the Dead right there. So you're gonna notice they're gonna take some damage while they're in here. Are my damage indicators not up? They really should be. Display damage numbers, it's there. That's odd. I don't know why I didn't see any damage numbers for them. They take damage. What's the point of this? It says right there. 48% weapon damage per second. I don't know. Maybe it's just kind of buggy. Let's try this again. Let's see some damage. There it is. Slowly. Slowly but surely it's coming. It's somewhat spammable with only an 8-second cooldown. Not exactly that long. Notice also this little area is very, very short. Very, very small area, not a whole lot to it. A couple more gold pieces. I still, man, of all the playthroughs of this beta that I've done, I've never found anything good in there. And that's just such a cool looking area. I really wish that going in there meant you were going to get something awesome. But it's just not the case. I haven't found anything good in there at all. How frustrating. There you go. Get some extra damage from that. Walk up to them and do this. Oh, you can't run away. You're snared. Who are you kidding? Wretched mother. I get some fools over here.
Old TRISTRAM. Diablo's evil.
I like it. I like Grasp of the Dead. It's decent enough. Right now, I don't think it's kind of ideal for me, but it's a decent enough ability. It's going to have its place. It's the same way with any of the other characters. When you first start off the game and you can only have 2 abilities, you got to be picky with what 2 you choose, you know? And having an ability that's not primarily focused on damage and a crowd control instead really doesn't seem like something that's going to really be worthwhile. So we will switch back to the dogs for now. But I did want to just take some time to show that to you, so. Alright, froggies. We'll get you, lady. So you can see right now I'm getting very close to running out of mana. And then right there, I was just at a point where I literally wasn't able to cast anymore. Now that point only lasts for a short duration of time, but The point still exists. It still happens. Back to town we go.
Thank you for your help. But could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Yeah, fair
Nor
enough.
should she. I will help her find him.
All right, let's talk to Leah. So,
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to ADRIA'S hut. The key must still be there.
all right, sounds good. Let us go. Dear friend.
Here, let me open the gate.
Appreciate it.
Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
Did you know your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
Look at this. 3 pieces of knuckles here. Are you kidding me? How silly is that? How annoying is actually what I mean to say. And my pets should be able to pick up gold.
A hidden cellar. Follow me.
This is a place of power. Your mother hid her secrets here.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it.
He's funny. He is quite comical. I like the witch doctor voice, things that he says. His dialogue
do not have
just takes
enough
forever.
mana.
Look at this, out of mana. See, told you guys, it happens. And this is the kind of situation you can run across. I'm spamming it, and I just have to wait for mana to get back. You know? It'll happen, as exampled here. And shoes, excellent.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will find Deckard Cain. Stay here and study your mother's secrets. We may have need of them.
Thank you.
Aiden came.
Oh, Deckard, trapped again. We'll go find ya. No problemo, my friend. Nice froggies. One of the greatest thing about them, you know, you can notice they move in sporadic direction. And I'll show that to you once we're done here. Basically, what this means is you have to be right up close to someone to guarantee a hit. Otherwise, you don't know if it's gonna hit. Like those frogs just completely missed that barrel that I tried to click on. But watch the frogs from them. I'm just gonna spam a few of them. You're gonna notice they just kind of move all over the place. So unless you hit the target directly, you can completely miss things. And that's the thing, that you're gonna pretty much guarantee a hit if you're right up on top of something. One of the frogs, you know, crossing in those varied directions will eventually come into contact with whatever's directly in front of you. But things at a distance are going to be hard to hit. The other thing too is large packs. I mean, if you get a bunch of enemies clumped up together, then, you know, you're obviously likely to hit something by throwing a bunch of those frogs towards it. It's definitely not the most precise ability though. Safe to say. You see that? 2 of those initial frogs just went completely off. Like some of these frogs are, it's almost, it's wasted mana, it's wasted DPS. It's damage that doesn't get done that could otherwise. So get nice and close and guarantee yourself a hit.
This is Tristram.
That'll be the best thing to do.
The
That's
fallen
tip of the day here. Tip of the day for you. Just like that. 2 waves was enough, plus my dogs. That's all I needed. Almost got a level. We'll be hitting 4 soon. It's exciting. And here we are back in Cathedral level 1.
Fire fell from the sky. Strange magic comes from below.
Check that cloth tunic. See an upgrade. No, still not. Just check something really quick. So you're gonna see this is only 3.0 damage per second. It's got nothing special for the Witch Doctor. So I'm gonna take this. It will increase my damage because all my abilities are based off of weapon damage. Actually, that's a big increase as well. So yeah, going to be doing more damage with that. Normally these ceremonial weapons are geared towards like there should be some ability Witch Doctor related, but since it's the starting one, I guess that's why. Well, we should pick up. I've been seeing a lot of that in my other playthroughs. I'd be a little bewildered if we didn't come across one of them now that we're actually playing the darn Witch Doctor. Something I did want to address, people have asked me in the video comments and stuff. They said, hey, what's going on here? Is gear dropping specifically? For example, I was on my, I believe it was on the Demon Hunter playthrough, and people were thinking that only Demon Hunter gear was dropping. No, the Demon Hunter just got lucky in that sense. There was a lot of Demon Hunter gear dropping, yes, but it's not just because I was playing a Demon Hunter. For example, If you go back to the most recent Barbarian playthrough, there was a ton of Demon Hunter gear that dropped on him as well. And that obviously is not his class. Alright, we just picked up Haunt. We're going to grab that. We'll still keep our dogs. Haunt is amazing, and it was one of my most favorite abilities in playing the Witch Doctor when I did my initial playthrough series in the fall. 44 mana, a spirit damages an enemy moving on if the host dies. Let's look at this in detail. Haunt an enemy with doing 220% weapon damage as arcane over 4 seconds. So it's a damage over time. If the target dies, the spirit will automatically haunt another nearby enemy. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, from what I remember, you can only have 3 haunts active at a time. That could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. I thought that's what I assumed in my last playthrough, but that could be just completely off base. So you're gonna now. He didn't die. My weapon damage is dismal right now. I need to get a better weapon to make this be much more effective. I think I saw some people down here. Might as well come down here and take a look. The good thing about this is it is going to hit your target. You throw it at someone, it will hit them. You don't have to worry about frogs bouncing all over the place and missing targets. I tried to attack my darn dog. How many times is that going to happen in the game, too? Especially people who don't play Witch Doctor, they're going to be like, hey, attack that thing. So I'm going to lace up a few of those. And if they die while haunted, they will haunt a nearby person. And again, this is not nearly as impressive at this low damage level. The damage over time is pretty weak. Once we get an upgrade to weapon, it should start looking a lot better.
We thought we could keep the dead trapped here.
So I'm just gonna throw a bunch of these, and this might be a good way to see it bouncing in between targets here. Hopefully we can get some of that going. The problem is a single one of these isn't killing anyone right now. Okay, so it looks like I can have it on more than 3 people. I don't know where that assumption came from in my last playthrough, but... So whenever you see the spirit go up into the sky, someone has died and it's passed on to another. Yeah, I mean, this is not looking impressive. But it's much better, I swear. Finally took out all that. Man, those frogs would have done so much better. Would have done so much more, so much quicker.
The truth burns you.
What? The truth burns you? Who says that? Did we get anything worthwhile here? I got some of that. These guys are gonna explode. Try to get this one. There it is. And then we got that one. Alright, well, you saw how cool Haunt looks. Definitely saw that it's not that effective at the moment. This might be a good time to switch over. Switch on over back to the toads. Until we get a better weapon. Once I get a better weapon and I can basically kill these low-level mobs with 1 hit, then we'll switch back to it. For right now, I'd almost rather use my darn dagger. I'm doing more damage this way. Guess I could have just put Haunt to 1 and then also use the dagger, huh? Yeah. That could have worked. Could have. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Hunter's Cloak, that's a perfect example. I'm not a hunter, and I picked up all this monk stuff as well, which clearly isn't for my class. So no, gear doesn't just drop for your character that you're on, although it looked that way. There's some massive damage there. And we've found the next area, luckily. I was getting worried there for a second. There it is. Checkpoint reached. Congratulations. The other option, too, would be to get rid of the dogs and use Haunt. I do love those dogs, though.
Foul minions, stay back. Back.
Watch out, Deckard.
May this ledge hold.
Ah, good, the ledge held.
The Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones.
He is so melodramatic, huh? He's just, oh, I've had a bad life, so everyone else should suffer like mine. Like my life has been filled with suffering.
I will aid you.
Listen, dude, just take a break. Go back to your coffin. Alright, things aren't that bad. You're dead. I mean, geez, how bad can life be? I don't think he's in hell or anything. I think he's chilling out here haunting people. Maybe he should be on an episode of Mythbusters. What's that darn ghost show called again?
Need more mama.
I don't even remember. I didn't even like any of those shows. Tried to find a good show about paranormal activity, but they're all really bad.
I need
A lot of mana. Go back to dagger attack here. Apparently I need to. Run out of mana too fast. You're ridiculous, Witch Doctor. You're seeming kind of gimp early on. Just one of those classes. You gotta wait till we get a little better gear till become effective.
Thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
Because you needed my help. Come, I must return you to Leah.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well.
And here we go, back to
The
town.
worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
Good for you,
We
Deckard.
must discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
Go back to town, listen to him blabber about the falling star. All that gold. Beautiful. And here we are. Alright, let's hear it.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
I seek your wisdom. Tell me of the fallen star.
The prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
The way opens before you.
Ah, level. Excellent.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
Leoric should be in the unformed land, yet he stands between me and the fallen star.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts.
Alright, there you go. So you just saw we picked up Zombie Charger, 140% weapon damage. Pretty awesome. I know there's some major upgrades here. I'm going to check all the other vendors first, though. Just want to be certain. 8.4 seems to be the highest right now, and it's coming from all these, actually. Now, and again, right now I'm sitting on what for damage? Nothing good. We just picked up Zombie Charger. Here we go. Look at that. That's only 3.5, but it's gonna increase my mana regen. Still, that's not really like that's not even nearly as much damage as the other ones, so I don't know that that'd be worth it. I think I'm gonna drop Zombie Dogs as well and pick up Haunt. So we'll have Haunt and a Zombie Charger. Check this one last guy.
Look, I'm happy to sell to you. But you got to promise not to tell anyone where you got these goods from. Okay?
I don't need a bow. Exactly. I'm gonna go pick up that sword, and we're gonna use that. Alright. Sounds good. Sounds great to me. And since all of our abilities are based off weapon damage, it'll be fine. Again, that dagger increased mana regen by a bit, but man, I don't think it was worth it at all.
You these fine goods.
Let's go with, what's this, faster attack speed to get lightning damage on it. This is the heaviest hitting. I'm gonna go with this. It's gonna be slower attack speed, but I'm also gonna hit a lot harder. So we will try that. See how that looks for damage. Hopefully this will do well. Look at my Witch Doctor with a club. That looks funny. Looks like a chicken leg, actually.
Blacksmith, Deckard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten.
I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
It must be done, blacksmith. I will help you.
Thank you. Follow me.
Here we are. Killing the blacksmith's wife. Just another day in Diablo 3. Alright, you ready for this? Come on, zombie charger, are you serious? Alright. Some pretty massive damage here. Gonna lay down some of these. See how these ones are gonna do. Look at that passing from person to person.
Aid us.
Yeah, this is a much better situation. That was a nice pickup. I'm glad I got that weapon. Let's do some massive damage. So these percent-based spells hit hard, hit like a truck.
My love, forgive me.
Hedrig, help me.
Don't vomit. Oh man, all over the place. There's even red stuff in it. Lady, you're not doing well. Zombie charger, zombie charger, zombie charger. Right through your face. And a gathering sash.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
I need your assistance, Hedrig. I search for the crown of Leoric.
I can help you there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
Alright, before we vacate the town, I'll head over here and sell this stuff real quick. Forgot to do that last time.
Sure, I may do.
And you might be asking, Forge, why don't you pick this up? You can see the damage is 1 to 8. I'd rather go with the steady 5 to 9 damage. I think that sounds better to me. It sounds better to me. Because I'm pretty sure the percent damage is based off of that range rather than a DPS. I could be wrong, though. I'd actually like to know. Is it going to be based off the DPS, or is it going to be based on the damage range? I'm assuming it's a damage range, because attack speed comes into play as well. You do more damage, but you attack slower.
Stand your ground. That's the last
wow.
of them. The bridge is clear.
Wow, get destroyed by some zombie chargers, huh? My witch doctor with a chicken leg is doing pretty well right now. Crazy chicken leg witch doctor. Attack super slow, but who cares? It's perfect. That's not. I don't need to attack any faster than I am right now. Get a zombie charger to the face. Take some haunt there as well. Yeah, now, oh boy, I'm glad you guys stuck through, because for a moment there, the witch doctor was looking kind of you know? And I'm sure some people were like, wow, witch doctor's terrible. And some people might have left, but for those of you who have stayed through, now you can see with even a slight little upgrade, all of a sudden, just breaking face here. Just got another club thing. There you go, nice little voodoo mask, looking sharp. That's a decent club, but not as good as the one I have right now. Throw down some haunts. Throw down a bunch of these. I was way wrong, I don't know, again. Maybe they changed it, I don't know. I could have sworn that you could only have 3 active at a time. Could just be false information then. I could just be lying to you right now. This could all be a joke. I mean, these are Let's Play series. I'm here to entertain you. Maybe part of my entertainment is lying to you. Some people love being lied to. Don't tell me it's bad entertainment. Don't you tell me how to entertain. Watch this. Coming out the woodwork. Just run around him. Haunt him, haunt him, haunt him. Haunt him up. All over the place. Bounce from guy to guy. Yeah, there you go. Warrior Belt of Thorns does me no good. I'm not a warrior. Here's some zombie chargers, though. Zombie charger. It's super effective.
The spirits aid me.
It's my new advertising campaign. Do you guys watch Mad Men? Have you seen that show? I used to hate it. Now I love it. I don't know. Mixed feelings on the show. Don Draper, such a scumbag. But we love him at the same time. Damn you writers, how do you do it? How do you make me love a man I hate? How do you make me love a man, period? I don't, it's not my thing, you know? cool if it is your thing, it's just not mine. We're all different people, and that's great. Gotta love it. Force, you're a hipster. Ah, maybe. It's possible. I could be a hipster. What's this now? 2 warrior belts. Nothing doing for me. Got an increase there. That is not an increase, although it looks a heck of a lot cooler. Shucks, I wish that was better. Looks a lot better. Whoa, whoa, no, he's got a naked bottom. Get rid of that. No one wants to see that. Sorry, Witch Doctor, dude. Not interested in your naked bottom. And we continue to make our journey forward. Get out of here. Half of corpses. You're not even a whole corpse. Your father would be ashamed. You're not even a full corpse. You grew up to be half a corpse. It's like fathers who are ashamed of their kids. You're not even a real man. Well, that's what half corpse fathers say to their half corpse sons. Just the way it is, man. I don't know. It's not my decision. We're about to hit level 6. Are you serious? Wow, this is zooming along. Well, the good thing here is that we're gonna unlock our next. We're gonna be able to have 3 unlocked abilities at that point. 3 active skill slots. There it is. And let's see what we pick up as well at level 6. I mean, anything interesting? Active skill slot. Yep, knew about that. What about the skill? What's it gonna be? Hex. We got Hex. Great. I hate that ability. We'll take a look nevertheless. Pick up Hex. Okay, ready for this, guys? That's gonna go to 1. That's gonna be, I can't make that nothing, even if I wanted to. Hex. 79 mana cost, 10-second cooldown, turn the enemy into a chicken. Summons a fetish for 8 seconds that will hex enemies into chickens. Hexed enemies are unable to perform offensive actions and take 20% additional damage. Hex is actually a very strong spell. Specifically in PvP, it's going to be amazing because Runed, I don't remember what it was, but it was at least like 100% extra damage. It might even be 200% extra damage from what I saw during the PvP round at last year's BlizzCon. So what would happen is you'd see a Witch Doctor run up to someone, he'd drop a Hex, and as soon as that person turns into a chicken, everyone just turns and targets them. And they die almost instantly. I mean, it was just massive amounts of extra damage. It was ridiculous. That ability from the Witch Doctor alone is a good enough reason to have him in your crew for PvP. Because the Hex damage bonus is just absurd. It really is. Especially if other people pop their activated abilities at the same time, any buffs or damage increasers, and then you Hex someone, you're going to drop them right away. And normally, in a normal type of PvP, that would be super awesome. Let me just show you this better. So he'll turn people into chickens. Now, in a normal type of PvP situation, that'd be awesome. But since Diablo 3 is like an arena deathmatch, it doesn't really matter. You can drop someone instantly, and then he just comes back. And then you've just blown all of your cooldowns. You know, it's going to be interesting to see. I almost feel that with the current iteration of D3 Arena, and you know, who knows, maybe there is going to be other PvP modes when the game comes out. Last we were informed, though, that wasn't the case. Last we were informed they're just going to be sticking to the one that they have right now, the Arena Deathmatch. And that's what they're going to go with, at least to start. Now, if that changes in their other modes, then sure, that what I'm about to say won't be true. But if it is just Arena Deathmatch, then I feel like builds that are focused on, you know, longevity in the long haul, any sort of thing that's going to increase your durability over a longer period of time, I think that those are going to be the best. Simply because... Increase attack speed with that. Simply because, you know, we're not... Yes, burst damage will be great. Burst damage is typically certainly what you want in PvP. But, hear me out. Someone will drop, you'll burst them quick, and then all of a sudden that's one of your cooldowns, and... You know, some of these cooldowns are relatively long. Some of the heftier abilities have relatively long cooldowns. Wow, this is obnoxious. Drop another Hex here. Turn some of these guys into chickens, because they're doing pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. That's all I'm trying to say. It will be interesting. 8.4, this is 6 to 8 damage. As opposed to 5 to 8. It's a better base, but I'll just keep this. I don't know why I keep switching. Doesn't really matter. Does it really matter? No. Right now it doesn't. You don't need to be min-maxing right now. in the first third of the first act. Leatherhood. What you gonna give me, huh? 31, that's more. Looks stupid compared to my voodoo mask, but I'll take it. I love how I just said, oh, it doesn't matter at this point. And then I'm like, wait, more armor, must take it. Yeah, it's true, it doesn't matter. I contradict myself. Deal with it. Deal with it or leave. That's your choice. You can call me the contradicting canary. Why a canary? I don't know. I like birds. Is that not enough of a reason for you? I don't think that this is the one. I don't think this is the right